is top 5 dynasty running backs for the foreseeable future.
I'm going to have to write mine out while you guys...
All right. I think we can all agree on number 1.
Yeah.
It's Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
And number 2, I think we can all agree on.
I don't think so.
We'll
Who do you
find
think?
out.
Najee Harris?
Oh, no. Yeah, that's there. That's what we have.
He's who I put down for number 2, but it was a tough decision for me.
Who was 3?
Swift.
Yeah, DeAndre Swift.
Okay, I think that's fair.
So Jonathan Taylor is a dude that you can guarantee, or you can feel like you can guarantee at least 4 yards every single time he attempts to run.
So if you were going to make an argument that Jonathan Taylor isn't the number 1 dynasty running back moving forward, who would you put up? Would you put Swift up as the person you would make the argument against him?
I couldn't do that because of the Lions.
Right. Would you even?
But honestly, like
make-
Pittsburgh's not much better.
No, they're not.
No,
And I
Pittsburgh's
think
been pretty
they're
terrible. I mean,
I think that's a good projection. I think they're about to lose Ben, and they're going to be terrible
Yeah.
for a little while.
Yeah. And I think Najee Harris will still be good. But it'll keep him from being the number 1 guy.
Yeah.
But honestly, if someone was going to take over the number 1 spot over Taylor, it would probably have to be Derrick Henry, but he's just too old in my opinion.
he's not that old. What is he, 28?
You would take Henry
27?
over Taylor?
I mean,
we have a
yeah.
dynasty league, and you have Derrick Henry.
No, yeah.
Someone's
no.
offering you Jonathan Taylor. Are you going to accept it?
For Derrick Henry?
Yep.
Yeah, probably, yes.
Yeah.
So where does that stop? That's a good bar. Do you take Swift for Henry?
No.
Do you take Harris? I would.
Would you trade Henry for Harris?
My problem with that is we're gonna lose Ben, and we've already seen that Harris struggles with the team he's currently in, and it most likely we're all projecting the Pittsburgh Steelers to get worse at this point, right?
So the number 2 on this list, according to you, should be Derrick Henry.
For like a couple years, I think everyone here.
I think really my number 2 is DeAndre Swift.
Okay,
But you hate the Lions.
collectively,
But
Jonathan
they could be better
Taylor-
next year. They could draft a quarter. They're going to have the number 1 pick. They might draft a good quarterback.
Swift is sitting out 2 games here right now, projected, right?
Yeah, but I'm not concerned about this year. I'm just talking about
I know
the future.
I'm just saying his injury. I'm just trying to make devil's advocate arguments on Swift. Who else? Let's give us more.
So collectively, number 1, Jonathan
Taylor's
Taylor.
great.
Yep.
You sound like you would put number 2. You would put Henry. I think I agree with your cousin a little bit more.
No, I'm not saying I would put for dynasty purposes.
Well, who do you like at number 2?
I'm saying I like probably Harris for number 2.
I thought you said Henry over Harris.
For now, I'm not saying for like long term because Harris has several more years in him. So for dynasty purposes, Harris is number 2.
So let's name some names. Who else we can get in this top 5?
Anyways, yeah, we've listed 4 people.
Okay, so
My 5th one is pretty controversial, but I'll just throw him out now. Javonte Williams.
I think that's a good one. I think he's about. I mean, he looks.
I think
great
he's a
when he
stud.
carries.
yeah, he's a stud.
I think he's a stud. Wait, I think they just happened to have a big contract in Gordon when they drafted Williams, and they can't really get out of it. And so,
he's leading the league in yards after contact, and he's only getting like 10 carries a game.
Really?
You could make an argument for Williams at number 2.
Oh yeah,
as far as I'm
you could.
Oh yeah, Javonte Williams.
Because Denver's probably going to move on from Melvin Gordon next year. They might go get Aaron Rodgers, and they're a stud team with Javonte Williams in the backfield.
You feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to go to Denver?
I would be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked if Aaron Rodgers ended up
That'd
in Denver.
be studly. I would be so excited.
I think
Aaron Rodgers is probably
going
gonna
to
move on.
likely place for him.
And Denver is looking for a quarterback. They don't want Teddy Bridgewater forever.
I would love that.
And look, I mean, he would have Judy and
I know
Patrick and.
I've said this other times in our podcast
he would
that
turn Tim
Denver
Patrick.
has some of the best pass catchers in the league.
Patrick would become Devontae
turn
Adams.
Jerry Judy into Devontae Adams.
Yeah, he would. If not Tim Patrick.
Probably not quite because he also has Cortland Sutton. And so they would cut into each other, but they would both be studs.
Yeah, they have a good receiving core.
I would be so
they do.
excited about
and plus
that.
Noah Fant, he was one of the most athletic tight ends in the league.
And they have Williams, who we just talked about. Right.
What was the tight end in
I
Denver?
think Williams is a good argument. I think Williams is the best argument for number 2.
Oh man, what was Julius Thomas?
Julius Thomas.
Yeah.
He would turn Noah Fant into Julius Thomas.
Oh yeah.
100%.
I think I'm going to say this. I think that if Williams is a good argument for number 2, and if they got rid of in the offseason, they get rid of Gordon, that you could actually make an argument for Williams at number 1.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that.
I wouldn't take him over Taylor,
I
but
would at this point. But I'm saying
okay. So wait, let me preface that.
But yeah, you're right. If someone made that argument to me, I wouldn't just shut it down.
Right.
Yeah.
They lose Gordon. They pick up a third down back that they're clearly not going to use.
Yeah.
Right.
I would still say Jonathan Taylor would be the top, but I feel like Javonte Williams would be like pushing it.
We haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But what we do know is Taylor can handle a big workload.
Right.
Maybe Javonte Williams.
I guess
can't do
the
that.
point of this segment, if you're looking to really upgrade Javonte, don't be afraid because you might be able to get Javonte Williams cheaper than some of these other guys.
You definitely can.
Right.
Yep.
If you're like out of the playoffs and you still have the 1 week extension that a lot of leagues
Okay,
got.
so give us some honorable mentions that some guys we could like.
Well, let me finish this statement.
Yeah.
If you're in a league where you've lost, you're done, and you have some value you can trade away that won't last as long as Javonte Williams, I would do that 100%.
I think Williams would be a good player to target.
Yeah. For like a a buy low, because there are
100%.
some leagues that still have the 1 week extension because we're doing 18 weeks in.
Not
in
many
NFL.
dynasty leagues though. Usually dynasty leagues do their trade deadline a little earlier.
Right. Even if you're in like a small keeper
But
league.
hey, even after the last week of the year, if you can go get Javonte Williams for a first round pick and a running back too, I would do it.
Yeah. I would do it too. I really like Javonte Williams.
No, I think that's a great one. He's not one that hit my mind right off the bat, but like I said, I feel like if they get rid of Melvin Gordon in the offseason, you can make.
Yeah, I think he's top 5.
If they get rid of Melvin Gordon and pick up Aaron Rodgers,
he's number 2 immediately.
Number 2 immediately.
Yep.
Yeah. If that
and
happens,
honestly, just getting rid of Melvin Gordon moves him into the top 3 or 4.
I hope Denver does get Aaron Rodgers. I would be so excited about Denver if they do.
they have a good base for
except for they traded away Von
and they're
Miller.
likely to
That
get a
makes me
decent
upset.
draft pick this year.
Anyways,
okay.
do you guys have
Miller's-
anyone else on the honorable mention list of these top 5 dynasty running backs?
I would like to enter Michael Carter's name into the list. I hate the Jets moving forward, but Michael Carter, I think
He's been studly.
Played on the same backfield in North Carolina as Williams.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought he was the better back coming out. He is a great pass catching back.
That's definitely his forte.
He was the more highly recruited of the two, by the way, coming out of high school. I like him. I don't know if the Jets are if you put Michael Carter on any other team, I would be telling
like
you
him
all
more.
that he is the future.
Yeah. But he's a smaller guy. I don't know how much he can handle.
Yeah. He's electric when he's healthy and he's playing well. Who else? I think Chubb would be another.
Chubb was on my honorable mention list.
I see him staying.
He's probably number 6 in my mind, but yeah, he's right there.
What about Deontay Johnson?
Deontay Johnson?
How young
wide
is he?
receiver?
No, not Deontay Johnson. The other
Dearness Johnson.
Dearness Johnson.
for Cleveland.
You're talking
for
about
Cleveland.
just
Yeah.
for someone to cut into Nick Chubb.
I'm talking about like if he gets a starting job somewhere else. How young is he? Do you know?
Chubb could become a
He
free
hasn't
agent.
been in the league very
I
long.
think
I'm
Chubb's
sure he's plenty young.
team-proof is why I like Chubb.
Not Deontay, but
Meaning-
Dearness Johnson. Whenever Chubb was out, he was
He's
very
talented.
good.
Definitely talented. I think Chubb is somebody that the Cleveland could not sign to his next contract, meaning he could end up somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I think he's team-proof, meaning I think if you put Chubb on the Houston Texans, he's going to still get you 100 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, Chubb is I think I said this before. I think Chubb is the best pure runner in the NFL.
He is. I mean, when he's healthy, he's amazing. Now, he's another one who has trouble staying healthy, but
Kind of. He hasn't struggled this year. He missed one game due to COVID.
right. I would say that at Georgia, he missed some games.
Yeah, he had an ACL tear, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's coming back from a serious knee injury.
Yeah.
I mean, just like Cook and just like almost every running back in the league, though. So-
Really, in my opinion, in his NFL career, he's been relatively healthy.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like Chubb. He's somebody that would be.
I like Chubb a lot.
He would be in my top 5.
Actually, if Chubb went to a different team, it'd probably be pretty good because
I think he's team proof. Meaning, I don't think there's a team. I
Yeah.
think you put him on the New York Giants, he's getting 100 yards and touchdown.
in Cleveland really wants to run a committee of running backs.
Yeah, and he's never going to sign with a team like the Jags if he leaves Cleveland. He's going to
No,
sign with
yeah, right.
the Rams or somebody like that.
If he were to leave Cleveland, he would get any team he wanted to go to.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I'm saying. So
yeah.
he's going to sign with somebody like the Rams or
Right.
somebody like that. Where
More than likely, Cleveland moves on from Kareem Hunt next year, and that could be good for him.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt is going to be a featured back, though, I think, in the NFL.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably.
I would say so.
Although he hasn't been very healthy this year.
No, he is not.
But
Anyway,
I think he'll go somewhere else, and that'll help Chubb.
Before we move, I know we got to get this, but give me one more guy you guys would argue in the that could be in the top 5? Because I think everybody we named, you could argue could be in the top.
I have one more.
Who?
Well,
Give it to me.
you
I
go.
want to excited.
Austin Ekeler.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I like Austin.
It's a
Ekeler.
tough one.
The-
He's been a stud.
I remember the
for
interview
quite a while now.
The interview I saw 2 years ago with the offensive coordinator of the Chargers, who said
Epic.
Austin Ekeler was a one-of-a-kind running back, meaning he
He really is, man.
He had never coached a running back as talented as Austin Ekeler, and I thought that was that.
It's
so
crazy because he was an undrafted guy.
It's amazing. Yeah,
He is super talented.
he's a good addition, especially with Herbert at quarterback, and they're going to always have a pretty decent defense.
and he's super safe. He's the best pass catching running back in the league, right?
I think. I mean, he's got a great floor. He should be in the top 5. I think. Who would we leave?
Who would
out
you
of
replace
top-
him with?
Out of maybe Najee Harris. I think Harris.
Maybe Harris or maybe Henry, just because
Now that we go over this list a little more, I'm starting to like Harris less. Actually,
I'm a little worried about him next year,
yeah.
which sucks. Yeah.
Losing Roethlisberger, I think there might be guys in.
Although
better,
I don't know, man. Roethlisberger sucked this year.
I mean-
so are they really going to do worse next year?
They could. They could.
They could, but
I mean, look at Fields.
it'd be tough.
Look at the fantasy production of every Chicago Bear.
Hey, I mean, Montgomery still produced when he's been healthy.
Who would be their quarterback? The problem with this year's college
They would
class
get someone
is
else.
there's nobody coming out.
Is it a bad
Oh yeah.
quarterback class?
Oh yeah. Very bad college quarterback class.
Really?
Pickett from Pitt is probably the number 1 pick, or the guy from Mississippi. There's not a whole
Well, that
lot.
sucks for the Lions.
It does suck for the Lions. I don't think the Lions are going to get their answer in this draft.
No, that sucks.